Australian IT industry veteran Vikram Mehta was recently announced Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. His company, Blade Network, is one of Silicon Valley's fastest growing companies, even despite the downturn that we've seen. And Vikram joins us now in the studio to reveal maybe some of his secrets of his success, hopefully. Vikram, we welcome you to studio.
Well, thank you for having us here, Brooke. It's always wonderful to be back home.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us a bit about Blade Network, just to set us in the mindset. One of Silicon Valley's fastest growing companies now.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. Blade Network Technologies is in the business, Brooke, of providing network infrastructure for next generation data centers. That's what we do for a living.
Okay, and you've been able to implement quite a turnaround in the company, and even despite the downturn that we've seen in the global economy, actually seeing some growth there and some moves forward, I guess, which is fascinating in these times.
Yeah, it's despite all of the economic crisis around, we bring an incredible value proposition to customers in terms of helping them lower their carbon footprint, helping them lower their total cost of ownership of infrastructure, and delivering some incredible value that truly allows them to build cloud computing infrastructures out there. And so it's a very compelling value proposition. Customers like the value proposition, and that's one of the reasons why we're being so successful.
Cloud computing, just tell us a bit more about that, because I know that's one of the keys to what we should know about your company.
So think about your computing resources residing out in the cloud somewhere, where the world gets to a point where computing is noticed more by its absence, much like water and gas and electricity are today, as opposed to by its presence. That's what cloud computing is all about.
Okay, and when you talk of the turnaround that you've been able to implement, is this kind of fundamental principles that any business can look at and through a downturn maybe have some success?
Well, I would sort of really credit this back to my upbringing back at HP, and that's what I really learned. Some of my core business values, those are some of the things that we bring to Blade Network Technologies today, and it's all about serving the customer. The customer comes first at Blade Network Technologies, and so long as you're out there in front of customers, listening to what their problems are, trying to do something about those problems, you're going to be successful with just about any business that you're running. What
about how Australia is actually viewed by the globe in this sense, maybe the strengths that we've got in this area?
You know, I had an interesting meeting with an old friend, Ian Burks, chairman of AIIA, yesterday, and I think Australia is at the forefront of the technology industry. It was the first country in the world to have automatic teller machines, very, very advanced, very sophisticated users. We see this as a tremendous growth opportunity for us. Matter of fact, our Asia Pacific operations are headquartered out of Australia. Peter Hall is our VP and General Manager, runs that operation, and he's based out of Melbourne, Australia.
Something we've got big on our agenda is a broadband network. We're looking into getting the fibre to the home network, but I think a lot of people think that we're kind of a bit behind the eight ball when it actually comes to online speeds and that sort of thing.
Well, I think it's a tremendous vision that's been set out by the Australian government. We're very excited about this opportunity. I think we're going to be a key infrastructure provider for that important initiative.
Just, you say it's important to be out there listening to customers. When you are out there speaking with people and having meetings, are you seeing, just in a general sense, optimism coming back, a sense of confidence returning, and importantly, our business is starting to spend money again and investing?
Yes, absolutely. I'm certainly seeing that. But more importantly, I think CEOs and CIOs around the world are really looking to information technology to provide better decision support information, so they don't sort of make the sorts of mistakes that they made that caused them and sort of put their businesses in harm's way, that resulted in the global economic downturn.
And just finally, are you thinking that companies are viewing the world differently, or that, you know, the past, so you've gone through the tech boom and bust, now you've gone through the global financial crisis. Is there a new way of thinking around?
I think customers are really sick and tired of vendor hype. I think what they want is a bunch of straight talk. That's one of the things that really sets Blade Network Technologies apart, is delivering that straight talk to customers, really talking to them about how our products can really solve real business problems for them.
What's the next phase for what we call one of Silicon Valley's fastest growing companies? What's the next?
I think we're looking forward to getting to be a $200 million company.
An IPO? at any stage?
Possibly, but we're really focused on building the business. Asia represents a fascinating opportunity for the company. We hope to lead that expansion in Asia out of our headquarter operations here in Australia. Nothing would delight me more to put this company on the global map as a key player as cloud infrastructures really take grip in the IT industry.
Fascinating and great to hear from you, Vikram. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity, Brooke.
Thank you. That's Vikram Mehta, CEO of Blade Network Technologies. We'll take a quick break. We're back in just a moment.
Boosting professionalism inside charitable organisations. We take them for granted, but it's a sector many people rely on to participate in society. My guest on the Record this week, head of the Australian Scholarships Foundation and a recipient of the Australian Institute of Company Directors funded scheme. How mastering the necessities and challenges of board membership is leading to smarter, more innovative practices. On the Record this week.
A lively, popular teenager. Gone without a trace. And a killer with a shady story of sex.